Well, one of the most exciting sectors in India is certainly space. We've all heard about ISRO, but the private sector is also doing really, really well now, and it is up and coming. We've got a very special guest with us. Anirudh Sharma is the founder of Digantara. It's a space startup. They've had an incredibly successful first mission. The Prime Minister has congratulated you. Now, you are the world's first commercial space-based space surveillance mission. What's the mission all about?
So this mission is mostly about tracking of objects in space. To keep it very simple, what we're building is maps, but for space. So it's more or less by tracking every single object in the orbit, we're building a library, and that library is used to build navigation tools for satellite operations.
And just in terms of your interest in this particular sector, the funding must have been difficult. The technology, grasping it and implementing it would have been tough. Tell us some of your biggest challenges.
So firstly, I started this company with no background to space tech. So this was more of an accident to me while I was working towards building satellite as part of ISRO Student Satellite Launch Program. So we stumbled upon this idea of tracking space objects because one of the satellites that we launched as students was hit by a space debris. That's when we realized space debris problem is big. We should work towards traffic management solutions for space, just like we have air traffic management for aviation industry. Yeah. We needed a similar solution for space. Given the fact that there are a lot of satellites going up right now, most of it is commercial. Yeah. There needs a solution for us to track. When it comes to challenges, what I can say is initially it was very difficult for us to find infrastructure where we can build these solutions. Later, we got incubated by the Indian Institute of Science and they invested in us as well. So that was the first step that we did to build credibility as founders in building something for the country and building solutions in space tech ecosystem. The second thing is venture capital funding. Yeah. So we eventually managed to get funding with Sequoia Capital India, which is now Peak 15 Partners, Kalari Capital, and good people who have invested in our company. Right now we've launched 3 satellites so far. Yeah. This is our third one, but first space-based SSA mission.
Right. It has a lot of security ramifications as well. It helps feed into our national security grid. How?
So one of the things that we do apart from tracking of all the space objects is to provide movements on adversary satellites by tracking it. So this is very important from national security standpoint because geopolitically we've seen a lot of wars and a lot of wars are linked to space. Right. So there are satellites that can monitor a certain portion of the country. So we help them understand when a satellite would pass over that region, what would its swath look like, and when would it not pass. So for that, we need intelligence where we track these objects and understand how close are they coming to a particular satellite of ours, or on ground location, where is it right now. So providing insights of adversary satellite movement is something that we do for national security.
The fact that the Prime Minister tweeted about this, that must make you feel really good because he's interested in science. The entire science mission comes under him in a sense. And the public-private partnership which exists, that sense of, let's help each other out, that's important, isn't it?
A lot of things have changed from India perspective in last couple of years. They opened up private space sector and that was a big move. And then we have now InSpace, which is focusing towards building regulatory framework and promoting startups. So which is again a good thing that we have, which we didn't have before. So all of this is going towards the fact that we will have public-private partnership in space sector. And we're already seeing a lot of missions with ISRO where the government of India is looking towards working and also embedding space startups within the projects that they're doing for the country.
Tell us about your team.
We are over 100 people today based in India.
And your age profile must be, 21 or something like that?
26 now.
I wasn't that much off the mark. So you're a bunch, average age profile, 26. You're all, you're all engineers or you're all thinkers, you've got space in your mind. What is the profile of those?
Right now we have diverse set of people. The oldest in our team is 76. Right. So he had experience in working with the US government for a very long time. And now he works with us in the US office. In India, we have a lot of ex-ISRO people as well.
That's pretty much my average age, just a joke. But thank you so much for talking to us. Young people like you are an inspiration, not just because of the startup sort of craze or what you're achieving, but also because space is such a future ahead for us. Thank you very much, Anirudh, and good luck with all your ventures. Well, there you have it, Anirudh Sharma, one of the youngest Indian startups over here, not just by age, but it's a very new company. They've got a great future in space. Space is very much, and it's a cliche to say so because it's a Star Trek line, but it is the final frontier. And for India and the technology that we are getting on board, not just from ISRO, but also from private players, the way in which it feeds into a national security grid and how it could actually help spacefaring nations around the world is of great importance. With camera person Rakesh and Kshitij Gupta, Vishnu Shom for NDTV.